The Knicks post-game show is presented by Tri-State Audi. Visit your Tri-State area Audi dealer today. All good for the Knicks in Chicago. Jalen Brunson, a career-high 6 threes. On D, the Knicks tied a career high with 13 steals. Brunson, 13 assists. Quentin Grimes, 22 points. Julius Randle, 19, couple of threes in the fourth. And the Knicks wipe out the Bulls tonight. 114-91. They've now won 6 games in a row. Great to have you with us from our Delta MSG studios. Phil Pito, Alan Hahn, Wally Zerbeck. Man, this is getting really interesting. The Knicks' 6-game winning streak, Alan, is their longest run, their best winning streak since April of 2021.
And the way they're winning has been consistent also, and the consistency has been in this game. We saw it in the second half. The defense that came back for this team held them to 38 points. They've been phenomenal on the boards. Once again, they held the Bulls to just 1 or 2 offensive rebounds, and the Knicks dominated the glass with 15 offensive rebounds. All those extra possessions, Wally, and the way they played defense that second half, it felt like they took the heart out of the Bulls.
They suffocated them. They completely did. I thought the Bulls were going to have a lot more fight coming into this game. I think the Knicks really kind of got the Bulls on their heels by making 10 threes in the first half. I mean, the Bulls did not expect the Knicks to shoot the ball like that. Grimes was on fire. Jalen Brunson was on fire. The Knicks had a little bit of a lead going into the second half. And then to start that third quarter, they just stepped on the Bulls' throat. I mean, they went right at them to start the third quarter. Right to start the fourth quarter, they went on a 14-0 run. They were up 30 at one point in the Bulls' gym on a back-to-back where I thought it was going to be really tough to pull off a win. You learned a lot about this Bulls team. They are definitely reeling. They have a lot of issues. They have no point guard. It's not easy to play that way. The Knicks had to deal with it all last year, and that was quite a performance by the Knicks.
All right, big night all the way around because it's also the night of our Garden of Dreams fundraiser. $100 gets you a chance to win one of 15 great prizes with all the proceeds going to benefit the Garden of Dreams. You can go on the website, msgnetworks.com, for all of your information, Alan, and you can...
It's $100, right? It's $100 if you can afford it, and you get the chance to get some great stuff here. Obviously, meet and greets, hanging out with us in the pregame studio, just getting onto the court at the Garden, some pregame shoot-around. I mean, all these exclusive access kind of things. But the most important part of all this is not just the stuff you could get, but what that $100 can do going towards the Garden of Dreams and what the Garden of Dreams does. And the great things that it does in the community with kids, with families. We've all been part of it, and we just know of all the positive energy that it brings, and your $100 can get you some great gifts, but can also continue to allow this work to happen for us here at the Garden.
All right, it goes through the fundraiser December 20th, as you saw, at 11 p.m. And many great programs really need your support, including the scholarship program, which is very important to the Garden of Dreams and all of the area children. All right. The basketball story here, guys. You look at what was going on in the second quarter. Knicks were down 48-41, and then they closed Wally the half on a 17-5 run, and that was really the difference in the game.
Yeah, that's, when Jalen Brunson kicked it into gear. He made a couple big threes to keep them in that ball game, which he does. And those are those key momentum shots that Tom Thibodeau always talks about. Zach LaVine, 7 for 12. Boy, can he score, but nothing comes easy with these Bulls guys. They got to work. They got to make everything in a one-on-one situation. There's one of those threes I was talking about. Big three by Jalen Brunson. Then he knocks down another one. He had 3 threes in the matter of like 3 minutes.
Felt like it.
That were just huge shots. Huge. And those kind of shots, when you're playing a team on a back-to-back situation and scenario, they really just get the other team reeling. This is a Bulls team that's already fragile. Yeah, that was a great play by Julius Randle. Remember, he used to do that with Evan Fournier a lot. Now he's developing that type of chemistry.
And Reggie Bullock.
Grimes and Reggie Bullock, yes. But I'll tell you, this starting unit has been dominant in this 6-game win streak. When
like
the starters are out there on the floor, the pieces fit together perfectly. That's why.
Is the Grimes addition is
yes. Everyone knows their role. You have, a prolific scorer in Randle. You have a great point guard who can also score and pick his spots. Then you have R.J. Barrett starting to play to his capabilities, 27 points, and you barely even notice him putting the ball in the basket. He scores quiet points. He also left like 4 or 5 on the table by missing some free throws.
He had a 30-point game
which he's got to correct.
Right.
And then Mitchell Robinson plays his role perfectly, and Grimes, 3 and D. Like, the pieces fit absolutely perfectly with this Knicks team. This is exactly what Tom Thibodeau envisioned. He's taken over this squad, and this squad squad is rolling, and they're his kind of players.
Jalen Brunson was great. The Chicago area native was huge in overtime of the first win in Chicago Wednesday night. And tonight, a little bit different in terms of his game, Alan, with a career-high 6 made threes.
Yes, and he's become a better three-point shooter, later in his career. Last year, he showed that flash as well. Not a high-volume three-point shooter, but look, let's remember, and Rebecca Harlow told the story in the first game of this two-game series about how important this trip is for him. He was a star high school player out of Chicago. He was somebody that, so this is a homecoming for him. Made big shots in overtime to win the game in the first game. He made big shots late, as Wally pointed out, in the first half of this game to put the Knicks on top to stay. Taking charges as well. I mean, this is something that he does. It's not just the flash. It's also the hard work, the gritty stuff that he can do. He can get into the paint and score. Don't overlook the 6 assists as well, because he is also a guy that'll make plays for his team. He has been, and I mentioned, the number in the pregame show. His impact is 25 points in offensive rating for this team in clutch situations. Just imagine what it is overall. We've talked about it and talked about it.
And tonight was another night when the lead did not evaporate. How many times have we sat here?
Because he stopped it. Right. You always, somebody had to stop the bleeding, right? You always wanted somebody who is going to stop this.
Timely shots.
And he has emerged as that guy that the Bulls couldn't find to make that big shot when it mattered, to stem the tide. And he's done that, and he does it in clutch situations, and he does it in the midst of a game as well.
All right.
He's great.
A reminder, MSGNetworks.com is your place for all of the necessary information for our Garden of Dreams fundraiser. Donate to a great cause, the Garden of Dreams helping area children overcome obstacles. This, of course, is a season of giving. MSGNetworks.com is the place to go. As we continue as well on the postgame show, how about the Knicks now from 10-13 to 16-13? Tom Thibodeau's group now 3 games over 500, and the Wally Wall. We'll hear from the coach, and the guys will break down some stuff coming up.
The Knicks postgame show was presented by Audi. Visit your tri-state area Audi dealer today.
Our Garden of Dreams fundraiser continues on MSGNetworks.com. Meantime, the Knicks blow out the Bulls tonight. They've won 6 in a row over and out of the Wally Wall with Alan and Wally, guys.
Thank you, Bill. I mean, we just love talking defense with this team because the lineup change and the rotation change has led to great defense, which has also led to wins. And this team has had offense, but this defense has been different. We're going to show you some plays. The Knicks had 13 steals in this game, and they had 24 points off turnovers. We're going to show you a couple here.
Incredible rotations. The Knicks' rotations right now are really tight. This is a great possession. Freeze it there. Now look at the help that comes over from Julius Randle to give Mitchell Robinson that little help. And then Jalen Brunson, he is on a string. He reads this play because he knows how NBA rotations are. When the big man gets the ball in the middle, he's looking to swing it opposite baseline, opposite corner to get an open 3. Jalen Brunson realizes that, gets the steal. Now it's off to the races. You got the Bulls on their heels. Get it to Julius Randle. He drives the paint here. Now watch, freeze it there. Look at all the guys in the paint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the paint. Levine is ball watching right here. Randle kind of swings over. Brunson's already made 5 threes at this point. Grimes has made 4 threes in the first half at this point. Julius Randle, great job of not forcing the action, keeping his pivot foot, making the simple play, and finding Grimes relocating into Julius Randle's vision. That's important. If he would have stayed in the corner, it would have been a tougher pass. He relocates up to the break in the three-point line, gets that easy 3. That's just great defense leading to easy offense. The Knicks are rolling right now. That's 2 good possessions that when they watch film, Tom Thibodeau is going to love.
And you love there, too, how Jalen Brunson kind of just moves out of the way, pulls Levine with him. It's like sacrificing himself to get the open shot for his teammate and the high release from Grimes that you've always talked about that you love. More defense for you. Deuce McBride, who has now become a regular piece now in this rotation. Watch him on some defense here that he turns into easy offense.
Yeah, he just has a knack for going for those steals. His anticipation is great. Here, Alex Caruso, not a pure point guard, freeze it there. Now, he's just not going anywhere with the ball. And this is Jericho Sims who just locked him down. I mean, this is why the Bulls are struggling. He can't get by Jericho Sims at 6'9", can't get dribble penetration, can't make anything happen. So he just throws a lazy pass out to his teammate over here. And Deuce McBride is in great legal, good guarding position. And that's just a bad, careless pass. The fact that he wasn't lazy, Deuce wasn't lazy, back into the paint, and he was applying pressure to DeMar DeRozan, trying to deny him the ball because he knows he's a scorer, gets the steal, and gets into transition and gets that easy layup. I mean, that is just tremendous defense. The best defense against a star player, don't let him catch the ball. That's the biggest thing. Deny him the ball. Like, if he can't get the ball, then he can't score on you one-on-one. That's awesome defense to try to keep the ball out of DeMar DeRozan's hands, and once in a while, you'll get a nice steal, leads to an easy two.
That's a gem from Wally Zerbiak. The best defense, don't let the guy catch the ball. Simple as that, Bill. Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Bill. We'll get back to Bill in a moment. What we have to hear from is Tom Thibodeau, of course, after another win, as his team gets a rare thing, a road sweep in these two-game series. Here's the Coach's Now thoughts, presented by Chase.
Before the game, about the difference in following up a back-to-back like this would be that intensity. And I think you guys were 15-2 on the offensive boards, just seemed to dominate those hustle categories.
Yeah, I thought our defense, even though they shot a high percentage, I thought we had great activity. We caused turnovers that got us into the open floor, easy buckets. We got to the line 30 times. And I also thought we created good rhythm to shoot threes. So we shot a good percentage from three. But I loved our overall activity. And we got to continue to do that. And they're a hard team to guard. They really are. With DeRozan, and then what Levine does, and then Vucevic, those three, and then the way the game started, Caruso was making threes at the beginning of the game. You know, Patrick Williams is like, he's a terrific all-around player. So that team is hard to guard.
What do you think of that reception for Derek?
Yeah, it's great. You know, happy for him. You know, I know what he means to the city, to the fans, to the Bulls. And I know how he feels about the Bulls and the city. So it was really, really nice to see for him.
Did he ask you, like, hey, can I get in the game, or is this just a decision you made there?
No, I asked him. No, you know, and it's not an easy thing, but and like I told you, I can't say enough about, you know, Derek. And when I say that, it's, you know, like it's long-standing, it's a long relationship. You know, and we have a lot with each other, but whatever role he's been asked, whether he was the MVP playing virtually every minute to when I picked him up in Minnesota, I didn't know what the role was going to be. And then he starred in that role. And then he starred with us when we brought him to New York. And so, and he's starring in the role that he's in right now. He's, you know, I talk to him all the time. You know, I want to know what the way he sees the game, what his thoughts are, and he sees things great. He's been through everything. He's been great for our young guys. And I think it's important to have the right veterans around our young guys. And so there's nothing in this league that he hasn't seen. And so from being at the top of the mountain to being hurt for 3 consecutive years to being through all kinds of things and then to bounce back and be the person that he is, but it just says a lot about him. And so I was happy for him.
How did he react when you asked him if he wanted to go in?
I can't repeat what he said, but but he was, you know, like he was excited. He's, you know, like this is home for him. So yeah, I would say New York's his adopted home. He loves New York, so I know how he feels about both places. But I think coming back here, it means something to him. And this organization, he meant a lot to the organization, but the organization means a lot to him, too.
When you look at kind of where you were after that game at home against Oklahoma City, I think you won 10 of 16 since then. What do you just make of how you guys have played now here for a while?
Yeah, you know, and I think I said this to you guys, like when it happened, is when we caught OKC during that stretch, they were putting up 130, 140 on every. They were in, and it can happen. And so, you know, if you look at anything, you know, in a one-game sample, you know, like there's a lot of factors that go into a game. Sometimes it's schedule, sometimes travel, sometimes you're out of rhythm, whatever it might be. So the thing that I saw was a team that was getting better every day in practice. And like I know like I was repeating to you, because I watch everything over and over. I study the film, and then I look at the numbers, and I know which way the numbers are trending. So it also tells me, what direction we're heading in. And so if you want the focus to be on daily improvement and build the right habits, and if you're doing those things, you're going to get better as you go along. So I think guys are building chemistry with each other, and that chemistry is on both sides of the ball.
You've talked a number of times about RJ's propensity to kind of like start off slower and then work his way up. And I know you talked about how you don't think it has to do with his off-season routine, but more specifically on it, like, is there something?
He's staying with me next summer, so it'll be good.
Is there something with like? Is there something with like slow starters that
I don't know. I don't know. You can't. Like I wish I had the answer. Like I know he worked all summer, and so, but it's been. All 3 years, it's just a steady climb, and I like that. But he doesn't get rattled. He just keeps forging ahead, and so it's a good mindset to have. And I think he'll get there. I think the more times that he goes through it, he'll rev the engine up and be ready to go.
Hottest 6-game winning streak, the hottest team in the East right now. Does it feel like you guys are hitting that stride? I mean,
We're not taking the cheese. No, and I just said that, and for our team, like when you go through, and it's like this game will have nothing to do with Sunday's game. So the important thing for us is not to feel too good about ourselves. And, enjoy the win tonight. Then tomorrow we got to start getting ready for Indiana, and then we got to put the work into the game. We know how talented they are, right? And so each day. You take it day by day. You don't skip over things. You don't look back and say, oh, well, we won 6 in a row, so that means we're good. No, it doesn't work like that, right? Usually when you start feeling too good about yourself, that's when you get knocked on your butt.
Surprising you just how fast it feels like it's kind of happened since he got healthy?
No, not really, because I think, like we talk, and it's funny because you tend to forget the things that he did last year, so, and then you watch him in practice, and you see the way he competes and the things that he does. So it doesn't surprise me, and I think his teammates search him out, and he's starting to get a rhythm, knowing as to where his shots are going to come from. He's doing a good job of moving without the ball. I think our players are doing a good job of moving without the ball, and I think they're doing a great job with screening off the ball. So it's creating good rhythm shots for us.
All right, all good for the coach and his team. MSG 150 is up next. We got Toronto and the Nets, a game winner right there. Details next. All right, Garden Dreams fundraiser, everybody. MSGNetworks.com, $100. Get you a chance to win one of these 15 great prizes. You can enter more than once. Proceeds go to benefit Garden Dreams, helping area children in need. And Wally and Allen, great prizes. $100 is all it takes for your chance to win one of these. And you see the list. 2 tickets, meet and greet with the Hall of Famers, Walt, Clyde Frazier, Mike Breen. You can check us out, pregame studio visit. You can even get Wally to pay attention, which would be...
I'm locked in. Pre-game shoot-around passes. That's fun
That's
to
the cool
watch
thing
the
to be
guys
on the
go through
court.
the pre-game routine. Yeah.
Be on the
Randall getting his game right.
all of these
John
autographed
Starks'
jerseys.
photo of the dunk on MJ. We own the Bulls the last 2 games.
Anniversary
Give me
of that.
photo of John Starks over MJ.
Right, the 30th anniversary of that coming up.
Right. Wow, it's been that long.
Yeah, 93.
Yeah. I was
Right?
a young kid back
Isn't that 93?
Great prizes.
Robinson basketball, Jalen Brunson taking
now
over
listen,
the town.
Here's the thing. The Knicks won. They won big tonight. They beat the Bulls. That's a rival, right? What a better way to celebrate than this? I mean, let's just pull the wallet out and get it done tonight. Like, don't wait. Don't say, oh, yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. No, you always say you get to it, and you don't. Just get to it tonight. We're having fun here in the studio, having fun watching the Knicks win all these games. This is the best time to think about it. You're sitting there, you're like, let's get it done. Go get it done, and you're part of something great, because it's what we do here at Madison Square Garden. But the Garden of Dreams Foundation does more than the things that you possibly could win there. What they do is make an impact on the lives of children in our area here and families as well. And you can be part of that, be part of the team. Get it done, and let's do it tonight.
Here from the corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra. Reminder to enjoy every bucket. Wally, great programs from the Garden of Dreams.
Yes.
Your support helps those, including great and important scholarship programs.
No question. That's a big part of it. So all your donations go to a great place. We appreciate all your support out there.
All right, so Go to MSGNetworks.com for all of your information. And the Knicks beat the Bulls 114-91. The winning streak is now 6 games in a row. Go to MSGNetworks.com to participate in our Garden of Dreams fundraiser. Great cause helping area children in need. And now it's time for another episode of Checking In with the Knicks presented by Coinbase, a weekly series recapping all things Knicks, culture, and crypto, hosted by Bianca Peart.
What's up, Knicks fans? Welcome to another edition of Checking In with the Knicks presented by Coinbase. I'm your host, Bianca Peart. Let's jump in with our fast break highlights of the week. Easy buckets for Randall. RJ's driving. And one. Grimes throws it down.
Pulls up three-pointer. Puts it in.
Now, let's head beyond the locker room for some off-the-court updates. The Garden of Dreams Foundation partnered with the Women's Housing and Economic Development Corporation to take 2 deserving families on a holiday shopping spree at Target. Jalen Brunson personally contributed to the funds for the shopping spree and spent the afternoon with the families and their children. Next up, the Knicks celebrated Jewish Heritage Night at the Garden against the Cavs. The Knicks made a donation to the Jewish Federation of New York, and the first handful of lucky fans received Knicks-branded yarmulkes to celebrate the upcoming Festival of Lights. Now let's throw it over to Crypto Corner. Our Crypto Corner term of the week is smart contract. A smart contract is like a paper contract, but instead of signing on the dotted line, it's 2 pieces of blockchain code that automatically execute an agreement. Smart contracts can be used in legal documents, crypto transactions, and so much more, all verified and secured on the blockchain. And that'll do it for another busy week with the Knicks. Tune in next week for more Checking In with the Knicks presented by Coinbase. I'm your host, Bianca Peart. Happy Hanukkah.
Bianca, thank you. Garden of Dreams fundraiser at MSGNetworks.com, and the Knicks keep rolling. They've won 6 in a row. We'll continue after this. All right, boys, our Garden of Dreams fundraiser continues on MSGNetworks.com. $100 buys you a chance at one of these 15 great prizes. You can enter more than once. Here is your complete list, guys. A lot of great stuff.
Oh, it's awesome stuff. The pregame's going to be a lot of fun. If you win that prize, 2 tickets to the pregame shoot-around. That's another good one. Watch the guys get ready, how they prepare. There's just all good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the pregame stuff, just being at the Garden is always a great thing. But to be able to be on the court, looking up at the ceiling, the iconic ceiling, watching the players, of course, that's always great.
Those jerseys.
That's Stark's photo, by the way. Like I said, that's the 30th anniversary, so that's special, something like that. The jerseys are always special, always great to have. And these are just things that you could win. But your $100 goes to such great things that winning it is just like an added bonus to it. Stuff like this, Bernard King, that jersey, I'd like that jersey.
All right, so it's MSGNetworks.com for all of your information on that. Thank you for those that have participated to this point, and you can participate up until December 20th. It's a great cause, and the Knicks story on the court here has been really amazing as well.
And it can continue. You know, it's the schedule right now is giving you something. The Pacers, you got them, and then the Warriors without Steph Curry, heading into Christmas on a roll. It's feeling good right now.
Warriors, by the way, lost tonight on the road. They're 2-14 away from home. All right, so we'll see you on Sunday. Note the start time. Knicks at Pacers, 4:30 pregame, game at 5. You can also stream our coverage on MSG Go. Up next here on MSG, it's Odds with Ends. Knicks won in Chicago Wednesday in OT. Easier tonight as they win 114-91. Knicks now have won 6 games in a row, playing their best basketball since April of 2021. Thanks for watching, everybody. Derrick Rose actually had a great moment tonight as well in his native Chicago. The former Bull had a standing ovation. Thanks for watching, everybody.